Japan holds one of the world's largest GDPs. What if I told you that that number could double in 2028? With an estimated value of 800 trillion yen, or $5 trillion, this relatively unknown asset may change the current bleak future of Japan to a bright one. The asset that I am talking about is the Japan-Korea Joint Development Zone, which I will now refer to as the JDZ. Located in the East China Sea, below the Korean Peninsula and to the west of Japan on a map, this area is believed to hold massive amounts of oil. Some estimates say that the JDZ holds as much as 10 times more gas than Saudi Arabia. In 2028, the JDZ is set to expire and much of the area will fall within the exclusive economic zone of Japan. But before I move on to what this means for Japan, we must first go over the history of the JDZ to understand its importance. Everything started in 1969 when a research group of the United Nations reported that a high probability exists that the continental shelf between Taiwan and Japan may be one of the most prolific oil reservoirs in the world. South Korea initially claimed sovereignty of this area in 1970, applying the natural prolongation of the continental shelf for delimitation. Yet disputes arose between South Korea and Japan, and in 1978, the Japan-Korea Joint Development Agreement was issued, which established the JDZ for joint development between the two countries. However, exploration and exploitation in the area has hardly occurred, as Japan has chronologically refused Korea's requests of joint development. This change in attitude from Japan can be attributed to the establishment of the Exclusive Economic Zone from the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea in 1982. The establishment of Japan's EEZ and its inclusion of the JDZ would strengthen Japan's argument of sovereignty over the JDZ. This is because the exclusive economic zone is an area of the sea in which the sovereign state has exclusive rights regarding the exploration and use of marine resources. For example, fossil fuels. In 1985, the International Court of Justice ruled in favor of the median land principle in the Libya-Malta continental shelf case. This ruling further solidified Japan's argument of sovereignty over the JDZ, since the median land principle, instead of the natural prolongation of the continental shelf, would become the international standard for delimitation. If the median line principle is applied after the JDZ expires in 2028, most of the area will be in Japan's hands. In this way, the JDZ has the potential to revive Japan's economy, starting as soon as 2028. While regional stability and environmental concerns over this area is an issue by itself, the significance that the JDZ holds must be more widely recognized. Now, the Japanese government and its mainstream media has widely been quiet about the JDZ. Japan claims that the area is ineligible for economic profit and has shut down its development, despite South Korea requesting for joint development multiple times. Why is that? While this is a speculation, Japan may be waiting for the JDZ to expire so that they can unilaterally exploit the zone, since on any given notice 3 years prior to the expiration date, which is 2028, either party can announce the termination of the agreement. This means that as soon as 2025, major action may take place from the Japanese government. Furthermore, Japan may be deterring any current possibility for dispute, since China has also claimed its sovereignty of the JDZ. A joint solution with Japan, South Korea, and China may also be a possibility, if need be. The United States may also intervene to maintain regional stability. One thing is for sure though, and that is that there are different possible outcomes concerning the JDZ in 2028. No one seems to know about the JDZ, but in a few years it will become a hot topic with significant international attention, and the JDZ and its exciting potential to revive Japan's economy is something you should keep in mind for the near future.